Well, Hillary Clinton facing an uphill battle, fighting the perception that, well, she's just not trustworthy. And, well, here's another reason why. A new State Department email reveals that a major donor to the Clinton Foundation was appointed to a government intelligence advisory board, even though he had zero experience in the field. And in an ironic twist, it turns out that Bill Clinton was paid over $16 million by laureate international universities to be, quote, the honorary chancellor. Of course, this is the same university that was slapped with a class action lawsuit last year by students saying that they were scammed. A university also being funded by the State Department. Joining me now, Danielle is back, along with Christopher Bedford and Jillian and Melchior. Christopher, the ironies on this, they run so deep. Well, let's take both of them. This major donor gets appointed to a very sensitive intelligence advisory board of sorts, has zero experience. Someone does an investigation and he resigns.
Well, a huge thing about this is what Americans understand. Now, Hillary clearly broke the law with her emails. It's almost certain. But people don't really care. They don't really understand the issue. What they do understand is corruption. You see someone with no experience you see the State Department, ABC caught him dead to rights, scrambling to come up with a reason why this guy's in the nuclear council. And it's only because he's a donor to the Clintons. And the same thing has been coming out with Gulf states and places that trade in blood diamonds and human slavery, giving $100 million to the Clinton Foundation while she's Secretary of State. And people understand that kind of corruption. And it kind of comes across as well with this Clinton story, with Bill Clinton taking $16.5 million from a private for-profit university. This story broke in 2015, and Bloomberg covered it, and we covered it a little bit. But just like a lot of Clinton stories, they say, oh, that's old news, that's old news. Now that people are really paying attention, because they say, geez, this Donald Trump stuff's kind of weird, now they're paying attention, looking back like, well, hold on a second. Bill Clinton, you're guilty of all of this. And Hillary, who's focused now on online colleges, that's her platform, not for-profit colleges, to keep her husband out of this. Now they're going to look at her with a renewed eye like we are right now.
They are. Jillian, the numbers themselves, he gets $16 million. I think it was over, what, a 4 or 5 year period. That's a lot of money to be honorary anything.
It sure is.
And then at the same time, they're receiving money from the State Department and Hillary Clinton's Secretary of State.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be very interested to see how she touches on income inequality, given that she's in the 0.01% on this. Look, I think you've got a fair comparison here between Laureate University and Trump University. One doesn't cancel out the other on this. We have two New York corrupt politicians that are our frontrunners right now, and I think it just speaks volumes that 66% of American voters don't trust Hillary, 56% don't trust Trump.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, though, Danielle. This is your candidate. Yeah. So far, the mainstream media has not been on top of this story. I don't know how long they can ignore it. The numbers really are amazing. I mean, $16 million, almost $17 million bucks to be the honorary chancellor. Give me a break.
You know, as much as anybody else, I think in this country want to understand what was going on. But, you know, Charles, I'm a lawyer.
It doesn't sound like quid pro quo as a lawyer. It doesn't sound a little fishy to you?
I'll get to that. So I'm a lawyer, I deal with evidence. And so if we look at the two cases, there's really such an enormous distinction. I'm not saying that one is good, one is bad. I'm saying there's a very clear distinction, even in the sense of the result. So the class action that you speak of was dismissed. All of the claims were dismissed because the plaintiffs could not make the burden to show that there was fraudulent
behavior. What about, though, the money trail? Does that smell bad to you?
It doesn't look good, and I'm going to be honest with you, because I think that the only way I can be honest with you and give some credibility to the story is to say, yeah, but I want to know, and I think there's an opportunity for the Clintons to make the explanation. I think we've got to be careful, though, the idea that all these, philanthropy and some of these really good things that the Clintons have done is being besmirched by people making inferences.
Oh, well, they're going to make inferences, particularly when the numbers look like this. It's a lot of money for an honorary chancellor title, particularly as they're getting money from a government that Hillary Clinton's involved in. It just doesn't smell right. Thank you very much.